You're not going to see too many people wandering around in long cloaks and Egyptian dresses and so on downtown Edmonton. Well, my very first experience with opera was in Paris. I was living in England at the time, and my aunt lived in Paris. So she took us to the Paris Opera, and it was a production of Aida. I think I was about 6 or 7 at the time. And in the middle of Aida, of course, is this huge, great parade, hundreds of people, and in the middle of it all came a young elephant. And halfway across the stage, the elephant did as all elephants do, pooped in the middle of the stage. And then right after the big triumphal march, all the dancers come on. One of the dancers came on carrying a bucket and spade. So he went dance, 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 shovel, 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 dance, dance, dance. And the entire Paris Opera got to their feet and gave this man a standing ovation, and they pushed him out from the wings to take a little bow as the dance music was playing out. And I thought, this is the best. This is real life fun theater. I started with the chorus in 1988. It was a year when they were doing both Carmen and Aida, 2 very large chorus productions. And in fact, they did the following year, they did La Bohème, another big chorus production. And the vicar at our church was singing with the chorus, and he said, "We need some more bass. Why don't you come and try out for the chorus?" So I went along to the chorus. John Mitchell was the chorus director then. And so I met him to do an audition. And he said, "Well, what are you going to sing?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." And he said, no, you're meant to come to an audition with something to sing." So fortunately, we were over at the Anglican Cathedral where he was the relief organist. And so I borrowed one of the hymn books. And I sang hymn 19, "Joyful, joyful, we adore thee," which actually is originally German and almost operatic, and sang it all. John says, "That's great, we'd love to have you in the opera." So I thought, well, this is easy. So next year I came again, so I said, what are you going to sing this year? "Well, I'm going to do Joyful, joyful, we adore thee." And John's face went sort of, "Oh no. Okay, but next year we'd like something from an opera in maybe another language." And so then I learned the finer points of auditions. The time it takes is always a break away from what I do. So I can practice law for the whole day and then suddenly get out of the real world into some form of South Pacific island or Egypt by the pyramids or the middle of Paris, and I'm out of Edmonton's midwinter, and just for those few moments, everything's bigger than life. At the very end of Tosca, the heroine decides to jump over the battlements to kill herself. And the final night, our Tosca that year was from Texas. And that was the year that Achy Breaky Heart came out. So we had Billy Ray Cyrus in a 5-foot-high poster taped to the top of the mattresses onto which she was jumping it off. She jumped, final night, she jumped over the edge and just lay on top of Billy Ray Cyrus, killing herself laughing. And finally, Richard Sims, who was our director of production, came on and dragged her off the mattresses and pushed her out for the curtain call, because otherwise she was going to miss it. Well, at the party after the final night, she brought the big poster, and everybody in the cast and chorus signed the poster. And then she was last seen heading towards US Customs, going to explain to them how she had this long poster that she didn't want to pack in her suitcase. You're not going to see too many people wandering around in long cloaks and Egyptian dresses and so on downtown Edmonton. So if you want to take advantage to escape for just a couple of hours, the opera will give it to you in spades, in singing, in theater, in dancing, in the sets, the costumes. And people who've come with us to the opera always say, "I never knew it was like this. I never knew it was this big. It's like TV, but a movie, but you're right inside it, along with the cast and all the actors on stage."